Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Third Action. I am Jason, your game master for the evening, and joining me today are the same 3 local heroes that were here last week, I think. First up, to my bottom left in the display, if you're watching on Twitch live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, we have Charlotte, the Woodsy Ranger, Asher Ford, or Charlotte Plain, I suppose. Okay, and to her right, we have Will, playing the grumpy druid, Greshy Ironroot.
Also Phelan. Don't forget Phelan. It's kind of important.
You don't play Phelan. I play Phelan.
True.
Phelan's mine.
Phelan is MVP.
And, of course, to Will's right, we have Adam, playing the swole champion of Erastil, Gunn Shough.
Hey, everybody.
And just a quick housekeeping note before we move on. I've done a few computer upgrades, so hopefully the stream will be a little less glitchy than it was last week, but fingers crossed. Also kind of messing with audio stuff a little bit, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better than last time. It's a work in progress.
You have some popping going on when you're
Do I have some popping? Uh-oh.
I was just checking to see if that was me or not.
Well, I'll turn myself down a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's better. I'll stop screaming into the mic. Okay.
You're so loud.
Last week on Third Action, our heroes helped defend the town of Sandpoint from a goblin invasion. They fought very valiantly, fending off 2 waves of goblin assailants from the gates of the cathedral before helping to put out some fires in the area that the goblins had set. After sort of catching your breath, resting a bit, bandaging up some wounds, you heard a cry of pain from a dog up to the north, and followed by the pain scream of that same dog's owner. You go running to the north to see what's the trouble, and you find a nobleman cowering behind some barrels, as well as his poor dog, who had just been slashed in 2. Asher, acting
Horrifying.
quickly, nails the goblin in the head with a crossbow bolt, instantly killing it. Its goblin dog fights a little bit before scurrying off, while the other goblins try to take out the adventurers who slayed their companion, slash mentor, slash hero. But with that done, the nobleman, a dashing Aldern Foxglove, conveniently forgets about the very recent death of his dog, and thanks you all profusely for saving his life, and offers to bring you a reward within a few days or so, as he doesn't have his wallet on him at the time. The rest of the evening is fairly uneventful, as the sounds of the combat sort of die down around town. Asher and Greshy take the body of the slain pup out into the woods to be buried, while Gunn returns to town to assist in some remaining cleanup and wound caretaking work around the town.
And check on the leadership.
A little bit high and overwhelming voice. Okay, I shall turn that down a little bit. Let's go for about that. Okay. So, is there anything you guys want to do that night? Otherwise, I think we'll go ahead and skip over to the next day.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Skipping ahead sounds fine.
So today will now be Moon Day, Rova 24th, the day after the Goblin invasion. The 3 of you awaken in your in the rooms, in your individual rooms at the inn that you've been staying at, the Rusty Dragon. What would you like to do?
Eat food.
Okay, Asher's got a hunger after that.
I do, and I'm not bathing.
After that grueling battle last night, all Asher wants is a good meal. So you go heading downstairs, yawning as you as the wooden planks creak below your feet as you step down the stairs into the main dining area where you see various people gathered around, mostly travelers who are staying here. They're all speaking in hushed tones about the goblin attack from last night. As you come downstairs, some of the voices start to quiet down and look up at you, and then they start to like whisper a bit more.
I don't like that. But I ignore it and I go and get some food. I'm hungry.
Okay. When you go to get some food, you're met by a charming halfling woman who's currently manning the big pot of eggs that she's sort of scooping out and placing onto plates.
Oh, hello. You must be new in town. Here you go, darling.
She says, handing you a plate of eggs and bacon.
Ooh, thank you very much. Take the eggs and bacon, which are some of my favorite foods.
Excellent. So you take the plate and wander over to a table and sit down. The nearest table to you is what looks like a small family of four. A husband, wife, and two small girls. They're kind of looking at you sidelong while whispering to each other. This lasts for about a minute before one of the little girls, who can't be more than 3-4 years old, comes waddling over to you and says,
You're one of those heroes, right?
Yes.
How'd you do it? What's it like to kill the bad guys?
It's not very fun. I take no pleasure in killing the goblins. I don't say bad guys, I just say the goblins. But they were attacking, and sometimes you have to do what must be done. And I say this with food in my mouth. I'm chewing at the same time.
okay, so some bits of egg kind of spill out over your blood-stained vest. The girl just kind of nods and
What's your name, mister?
My name is Asher. Asher Ford.
I want to be like you when I grow up, Asher.
Oh, do you like the woods too? I like the woods.
Yeah, but Dad won't let me play out in the woods.
How tall is she?
Maybe 4 feet. Which is pretty short.
Advice. The advice to this kid might be,
Sorry, I guess you probably like.
if you want to be just like me, you should go play in the woods at
Go
age
play in
5.
the woods. That's what I do. I play in the woods. Well, I'm gonna pat her on the head and say, "Oh, he's right. You have to be at least 5 feet to go into the woods alone."
5 feet?
Aww, and she kind of runs back over to her dad. And her sister is now whispering to her, and they're both whispering and kind of bickering back and forth. But they both seem very excited.
Excellent. She's gonna be a good woodsman one day.
Okay, you enjoy your breakfast. Gunn, when you finally awaken, you realize you feel this kind of like itching sensation, and you reach over and start scratching at your arm, and you look at it, and where you'd been stabbed a few times the day before, there's now what seems like maybe like a slight like allergic reaction or something. The skin on your forearm is kind of red and puffy. It just itches like hell.
Sounds like time to go to the church. See if they've got a cure for whatever curse or poison I picked up from that nasty dog.
Yes, you rightly suspect that dog gave you something or other. So you get dressed, get your things together, and head downstairs.
Get some clean clothes rather than the chopped up, bloodstained rags.
Okay, so you come down in a fresh set of clothes. Do you put on your armor or no?
No. I mean,
Keeping it cash.
what are the odds that the city would be attacked twice in 2 days?
What are the odds? Okay, so yeah, you come on down in a fresh set of clothing. To see, yeah, Asher is sort of at a table. The inn is sort of bustling with travelers who are in town for the Swallowtail Festival. Most of
They have any food I can grab and carry with me?
Yeah, they have some
Kebabs? Or something?
Yeah, they have some croissants that you could pick up.
Slap some egg on there.
Hands you some, scoop some egg onto your croissant.
Excellent.
Now you be safe out there, dearie.
That's the plan.
That looks like a nasty rash you picked up.
I'm gonna get that checked out right now. Excuse me.
Okay. Do you say anything to Asher as you head out, or?
Probably not. Just a quick eye contact and then.
Do I see him leave?
Yeah, you see him pick up this croissant, eggwich, and meander his way out.
Do I see his rash?
Perception.
Ooh. Fine.
I would probably try and keep that covered. So.
Okay, you can. Oh boy, I have to remember the skills in this game. I believe it would just be a stealth check. I don't think this game has sleight of hand.
Or.
I have a 16.
Versus
Natural 1 with the +0.
Gunn is trying to just. He's got one arm over the other, but you can see the sort of bright red rash across his arm.
In the middle of eating, I'm gonna look at him and go, "Whoa, that's a nasty rash you got there."
Fruit spewing from the
Just
mouth.
food coming out of my
Yes,
mouth.
I'm going to check on it.
Are you okay?
I'm sure we'll be able to take care of it.
Ooh,
says
I'm gonna go with them. I think.
Okay, you
I'm
just
coming-
kind of
I wanna see.
scarf-
I wanna know what
you
that
just
is.
shovel a mound of the rest of your food into your mouth, and hop up out of your chair to follow Gunn out. Outside, you find Greshy and Phelan. Phelan is currently just back foot, just scratch. While Greshy
Okay, so
looks on.
Yeah.
seeing that, I will call Phelan over and see if he'll come to let me check that. Like, hey boy,
Kind of
come here. Let me see.
whines.
Let me see what you've got there.
He picked up something.
Show him my arm. Comb through his hair and look for signs of the same rash, which I assume are going to be pretty clear. And if he's been scratching, he's probably bleeding too.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to see that he's got the same sort of puffy skin.
All right, we'll bring him along with us to the church.
Okay.
Where the hope is that some kind of... I assume that I would have learned about curses and things like that with religion.
Give me a medicine check, or
Medicine?
yeah.
All right, we'll do medicine. 11 plus 1 is 12.
Okay, to you this seems much more like a allergic reaction or something, like something physical, not necessarily a curse or something.
A magical effect.
Magical, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot.
All right. Well, there are magical solutions to these things, though, right?
Yes, there are.
That I'm
magical
familiar with?
solutions. Yes.
Okay.
I forgot. Overnight, you guys heal up a bit, so you should get your con mod plus level in HP. Or sorry, it's just level. It's just level. So 1 HP back to Asher and Gunn. But you guys make your way over to the church. Is that where you're going? The chapel?
Yep.
Cathedral. Okay, so you make your way to the entrance of the cathedral, which just a few days ago was completely boarded up, as they were still doing construction on the place. But now that it's open, you see people going in and out fairly regularly. Though right now it seems mostly to sort of care for the various injured people as a result of last night's goblin attack. You enter through the big stone archway, taking some steps up to sort of the main hall, and an acolyte comes over to see you all. Yes, you're friends of the mayor, correct?
Yes, we were just coming to see if any of your priests have the ability to cure some wounds today, and also I may contribute some healing as well if there are still wounded.
Yes, there are quite a few wounded still around. Perhaps I could. Here, I can. Yes, that does look like quite a nasty rash. Why don't you come over here to one of the rooms, and I can see about that.
Mm-hmm. I'll ask if there have been any other complaints or cases of this since yesterday.
Okay. As the 3/4 of you follow the acolyte over to a small room, you ask him about whether or not there have been other cases. He's seen this before. Yes, those goblin dogs emit quite the dandruff. It's quite nasty. The goblins themselves are immune to it, but not us humans. And apparently not dogs either. He says, looking down at Phelan, who keeps stopping to scratch.
Sadly, no.
But he leads you over to a room where he does a few just quick examinations of the two of you. Gives you places some balm over the itching spots, and casts some small healing spells. This takes about 10 minutes to do, but the two of you, the rashes start to heal up quite nicely. And though you get this sort of mild tingling sensation every once in a while, the itch is basically gone. Well, that should do.
Okay.
Should be fine. Just don't go scratching it too much, okay?
Thank you. Well, I can't speak for Phelan, but I should be all right.
Phelan whines.
It'll be fine if he just stops to, scratching at it. You heard me.
Yeah, you'll have to pass on those instructions.
Phelan,
I'll keep an eye on him.
Tail between his legs, just kind of slinks behind Greshy's foot.
Has anyone seen what was the noble's name again?
Aldern?
Yeah.
Aldern
I'll ask.
Foxglove.
Has anyone seen Lord Foxglove around today? He may be suffering from this if he's unlucky as well. He was near that scene.
Lord Foxglove. Oh, that's the fancy blue man.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I saw him walking around town earlier. He seemed fine to me.
Good. Well, if you have any other patients who need a little bit of extra healing that you can't handle, then feel free to bring me there, and I'll use some of my powers today.
Well, we should have it under control for now, but we can certainly contact you if we need some extra assistance.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just want to make sure that everyone's covered.
He nods
All right.
and
Thank you for offering.
Well, in that case, I think we'll be going. I think that's all we need today. Unless anyone else needs to talk to any of the clerics for any reason. Nope.
I have no business here.
Asher has just been kind of looking around dismissively.
Our investigations didn't need any information from them.
Don't think so.
No.
Okay. Oh, let's go then.
Okay. The three of you plus Phelan make your way out of the church. Step out into the open square where the festival had just taken place the night prior. You see people, some wheeling around carts of dead goblin bodies, others wheeling around carts of trash and banners and wooden parts for various festival stall setups. What do you do?
Well, at least they're cleaning. What is
Well, it's
there?
supposed to be a big party. Gotta clean up afterward, otherwise it's just a mess.
I think there's more than just a party.
Goblins did make it a bit interesting, but not quite what we were looking for.
It was a surprise party.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did we want to talk to that mayor there, or do we want to track down this fancy pants man instead?
I'm thinking that we'll probably just run into him eventually.
He said
Personally-
he asked you for where you were staying and said that he'd stop by at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's busy cowering somewhere behind some barrel.
Well, just
No
keep
doubt.
an eye out for any moving barrels. We'll see if he pops out at us. In the meantime, did we want to talk to the mayor? See if there's any other place we could maybe help out?
Yeah, maybe.
The sheriff as well.
Personally, my mind is still on the situation we heard about that we started investigating.
The one
With
from 5 years ago?
The one that didn't. Wasn't there something new about that like disappearances started again, or some activity on the island or something? Jason can remind me. It's been a couple weeks.
So as far as things that you've heard about in town, you heard that about 5 years ago, I guess just before the cathedral burned down, there was a streak of about 25 to 30 murders in town, caused by a villain known as the Chopper, who he killed the prior sheriff of the town, but was caught by the current sheriff.
Turned out to be the wood carver,
Yes,
who was well regarded.
Yes, carving up little birds into people's homes and ships and things.
And
Was
then
quite trendy
bodies.
at the time. And yes, then was carving up bodies instead.
Not sure
And
it's
there was
really
a
a
demon summoning
transferable
involved.
skill.
And like They burned the house and the island, or down, and the island is now uninhabited. That's what I recall. But there was something happened over there recently.
No, nothing has happened there recently. No.
Oh, okay.
There was an incident last year on the beach where some people might have caught on fire, but I think that's
Oh yeah.
unrelated.
That was at last year's
The church
festival.
bonfire.
Yes. This year they wanted to make sure that people are going to be safer about it. So
There's a lot of tragedies in this small town.
Well,
There's
I
people
mean-
getting murdered, people getting on fire, I guess, by themselves.
there was also that goblin attack that just happened recently.
That, yeah. I mean, that was like a third party came in. I hope.
I don't know.
So.
So, did we want to go talk to the mayor, or do we?
Yep, we do have some business to take care of there, I suppose.
It's either that, or we just go back to the inn and see if this Foxglove guy shows up.
The matter
don't
of
like
our
him.
fees.
If he pull his shirt out of his trousers, he might feel a little better. Seems a bit uptight. So
Alright.
we'll make our way over to the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys decide to make the short walk over towards the mayor's office. You pass by a group of what look like teenage girls who are all they watch as you pass by and start giggling to themselves.
That's nice.
We're celebrities now, I guess.
No, that's why you're giggling. All right.
If
They're
not,
just
I don't
happy
care.
about it. Like, oh, everyone's so happy today.
Because
utterly-
a bunch of
utterly
goblins attacked and murdered people.
Disinterested. Yep.
Okay, you leave the mysterious girls behind, continue walking.
So mysterious.
I don't know if there's anything mysterious.
No, there's not. I'm joking.
No, that was exceedingly mysterious. We just missed a huge line of inquiry right there.
Yeah, that was the main
Terrible.
quest, so I'm sorry, we're catching the game now.
You're gonna have to give me more of a hook than a giggling.
Giggling horde of teenagers. Trio,
Yeah,
I think.
You keep walking over towards the mayor's office, and as you, so the mayor's office is just across from the barracks, and as you're approaching the mayor's office, two people come out of the barracks. One is Father Xantus, the head priest of Sandpoint, and the other is Sheriff Hemlock. They don't see you right away. Hemlock says, yes, well, why don't you head back? I'll see if I can find those guys from earlier. Maybe they can help. And he looks up to see the three of you just standing there right outside. Oh, there you are. Oh. Hello. I was just about to come find you. And he comes walking over. Father Xantus, just behind him.
Good morning. What's the news?
Yes, well,
Father Xantus begins, adjusting his cloak.
I discovered something strange last night or this morning. It seems as if one of the vaults in the graveyard at the church has been disturbed. I was hoping to have the guards take a look at it.
Sheriff Hemlock shrugs. It's probably nothing, but most of my guards are sort of busy around town. I thought maybe you all be interested in a job.
Around here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not nothing. Seems pretty eventful lately.
Yes, that's the worry.
Father Xantus adds.
If it were just any other day, I wouldn't be afraid, but given the goblin attack last night, I just want to make sure that it's nothing bad.
When you say disturbed, how bad do you mean disturbed?
It looks like someone. Sorry, wrong voice. It looks like someone has pried the stone doors open.
On other days, that wouldn't be a concern, but today it is.
Well,
It's
on
possible
the other
the
day, I
goblin
think
attack
it's
was
just
a distraction.
grave robbing, but yes, that is a possibility. Grave robbers happen from time to time, but not usually on the eve of a goblin attack.
It's a fair point.
And it wasn't that way the day before.
No, I had just done a round of the graveyard earlier that day, actually.
Whose
We haven't hired a
grave
new
was it?
groundskeeper yet, so. Sorry, what?
Whose grave was it?
It's the grave of Azakian Tobin and his daughter, Nualia. Sorry, you're not locals. They're the former head priest and his daughter. They died in the fire 5 years ago.
5 years ago? Not last year.
Yes, 5 years ago.
Cathedral
the file.
not
Right,
cathedral.
right.
There have been a lot of fires in this town, on
Yeah.
top of murders and
Okay.
apparent goblin attacks and apparent grave robberies. So,
The bonfire last year, no one died. Someone got hurt.
oh,
It's
okay.
More of their own fault than anything else.
Might have misunderstood, but I just, yeah, anyway.
Everything is the worst case scenario.
At this point, I'm starting to believe that. So,
We
Well.
should check it out.
I might as well. I assume recompense for it.
Oh, yes. Here. The sheriff pulls out a wallet pouch, opens it,
I mean,
takes out.
you can wait until after we're done.
Oh, well,
Just-
sure.
Just being aware that we don't do it for free, but of course we'll do it before we.
Of course,
Worry about
I
payment.
wouldn't expect you to do work for free.
I
Appreciate
would
it.
do it for free.
Greshy just kind of elbows Asher in the
Oh.
side.
Good thing Ash just mumbled it. He did not really go, I'll do it.
I'll do it for free.
I'll do it. And my friend. He knows better.
Well,
Hey.
the sheriff gives you a nod. If you can take care of it, then perhaps I'll just send the money to the. You were staying at the Rusty Dragon, right?
That's right.
Very well. I'll have the money sent there. But good day, citizens. And he salutes you and goes off in another direction, leaving you with Father Xantus.
I like how he calls us citizens as though he's busy keeping us safe.
Also, since we're not, citizens, but visiting folk. But
Yeah, residents.
Simple citizens. Residents. of
people
the
who happen to be in town.
They're fine. They didn't help or anything. It's okay.
Vacationers.
There were more than 6 goblins in the attack, presumably.
That's true.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
they
there
did.
were
They
quite
did
a lot of
most
goblins in the attack.
They did most of the work, and then Asher did the rest of it by shooting one in the head.
We just got
Yeah.
the spotlight. Center stage.
So should we go and look at the grave robbery?
Oh, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
Let's go.
I can take you there,
Ooh.
or at least take you over to the graveyard.
Appreciate it.
Father Xantus, that is. Is it near to the
Yes.
church?
Sorry, you asked if Father Xantus was new to the church?
No, I asked if the graveyard is near to the church.
Oh, yes, it's just out back.
Okay.
And he
Back
he
we
walks
go.
you he walks you back over to the cathedral, not knowing that you just came from there. And he points at a so you go through the
exterior gate into sort of the courtyard for the church. And around the right side, he leads you around the right side of the building to another small metal gate, behind which you can see a small grassy field with graves and tombstones and a few small sheds and vaults.
Yes, it's the one in the back, in the middle there. Hopefully it's nothing, but... And he carefully unlocks the gate and opens.
Alright, shall we go back and see? I'm gonna go back and see.
Okay. I'll follow along.
Go right in.
Sure. Should be safe enough.
I will keep an eye out for any traps, as it were. I doubt we're gonna find much, but just in case somebody left something behind.
Secret graveyard trap.
They've already investigated the scene, I think.
What did they? If they were worried
No, that's
about
why they're having
goblins?
us do it.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh,
yes,
well.
as soon as I saw that the doors were open, I came to see the sheriff.
Okay.
I mean, I
Correct.
just don't want us to fall into some sort of mess without knowing what we're getting into.
Good
Good call.
plan.
Yeah.
I want to march over there. Take a look.
So you guys march over to the graveyard. Let's see. Over here.
Ooh. His father's name.
And switch over to the map.
There we are.
And we're gonna draw it live. Okay. So
See, I don't like
there's-
that there's the grid. That makes me think scary.
Nothing bad is gonna happen.
Why would you ever need a grid for anything?
So you make your way to the back of the graveyard. There are various small gravestones all about, but in particular, there is a small building at the back, just where he said. It's just some random gravestones plotted all over. And he points up at it. That's the one. And you can see the door to the grave is slightly ajar. There's also what look like tracks of mud just sort of dug up all over the place and around. You can investigate. You can try and open the door further. Whatever you want. What would you guys like?
Do
to do?
the tracks of mud look like someone with a shovel, like was digging?
Give me perception or survival.
Ooh, which? 14.
Okay, 14. So you look around to see what's the source of all this mud, and it looks like maybe goblin prints, like goblin footprints, as well as maybe a few human footprints around. They are also sort of running up the side of the wall, just behind.
Do the footprints look like they were fighting each other, or more like... Well, that's a better question. Does it look like there was a fight?
That would take a survival check.
Okay, let's find out. A 10.
10. I don't like. Let's not do that. Okay. You're not really sure. Maybe there was some kind of scuffle. Maybe they were working together. You're not sure.
A mystery.
I'd like to examine the door. Is it broken? What's it made from? How's it open?
Okay. You approach the door.
As in, which way?
So you cautiously step over towards the door. It looks like the doors open out towards you. It's actually two. It's like a big stone double door.
Stone.
Yes, stone. This looks like it was sealed. And in fact, the door on your left looks like it's still perfectly sealed in. The right door, though, the seal has been broken. Looks like it was maybe sealed with some kind of cement or other sealing thing.
Got it.
But the cement has been chipped away, and the door itself has been pried open, and perhaps pushed closed. And you can see along the ground there's obvious track marks where it's slid across the ground. But it looks like it's been pushed back closed.
All right. What does everyone think? Shall we haul this open?
Listen on the other side of the door. You can.
Yeah, maybe not go in quite so quickly.
What if someone's in there?
If someone's in there, we should help them out.
What if it's not a nice person?
Oh.
What if there's goblins in there? Maybe the humans trapped the goblins back in.
Or perhaps there's undead if they were doing something quite nefarious.
That's the worst case scenario. I like that.
Serves to be prepared.
Well, we've got this, we've got Father Xantus here to back us up, so no time like the present.
Father Xantus. I hope he knows how to fight.
You look back at him. He's not currently wearing any sort of armor.
Priestly.
Doesn't have any weapons on him.
I'm sure he can fight just fine. Don't worry about it. He's a monk. We just didn't know it.
We'll just tell him to run away. The town seems to be good at that, so.
I'll keep my distance.
Ooh.
It's fair enough. Well,
Alright.
somebody might want to give a listen at the door.
All right, we'll do a quick
prepared.
We'll do a quick listen at the door. I don't expect to hear much, but I will take it seriously.
Yes, a giggle echoes cheerfully from within. as 12 teenage girls left out.
No!
We should have done something, and I didn't. Terrible.
No, so Gunn, you approach the door and take a listen. Give me perception.
Bazam. 9 plus 4 for 13.
Okay. You don't hear anything. Just your heartbeat
All right. Well, I'll
and the wind in the trees.
haul the door open and step back.
Okay, so you have to sort of use both hands to grab hold and heave the door open. And as you do, you catch sight of 2 shambling skeletons inside that start to just jump to life and charge at you. Let's go ahead and get some initiatives going.
Oh boy. All right. Now, before we get too far into it, I have some negatives that I'm not sure where they came from. In my character sheet. Yes.
Are you wearing armor?
I am, but not an armor that I'm untrained in. And it's also affecting my con modifier.
Your con modifier. Interesting. You don't appear to be sick or have any debuffs on. You're wearing studded leather armor. You have a check penalty on that studded leather armor of -1.
To con as well?
It's to con checks.
Okay. Didn't realize stud leather came with a check penalty.
Yes, unless I messed that up.
Oh, no worries.
You can double check if that's not the case.
Yeah.
Yes, initiative rolls should now work, so go ahead and click on your token and...
For perception?
Yes, perception, everybody. in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you can roll any skill for initiative based on what the combat allows for. In this case, since it's more about noticing the skeletons, perception is the call to action. And let's see if I roll it down.
It did not add me to the.
Wait, hold on.
You have to select your token when you hit that initiative button.
I did.
First. Okay, well.
Alright, I'm gonna take my first number. So that's what I rolled, which is, it's 1 off.
Yeah, not that much worse.
Not a big deal.
Stud leather does have a check penalty. There you go.
Alright, the skeletons are pretty slow.
We fought skeletons before.
It'll be Greshy first with a 25, then Gunn with a 21, Asher with a 16, and the poor slow skeletons with a 7. So, Greshy, you're up first.
All right, so
These two
I will
skeletons
go
are sort
ahead.
of starting to shamble forward out the door.
right,
Could we lower the combat music down?
Oh yeah, it's pretty
just a
loud.
bit.
Yeah, I can work with it. All right, Greshy, what you doing?
All right, Greshy's moving forward a little bit to get a bit closer, and then we'll charge some electric energy in his hand and then blast it out towards the first skeleton in front.
Okay. And that is a reflex save from the skeletons.
Aye.
And what is the reflex save? There it is. That is an 18 on the front one.
Oh,
and the
I did
back
not mean to
one
do that.
is only a 9.
All right, so the first one saves, so takes 1 damage, I guess. Half of 3.
Okay. And the back one takes the full damage, so a full 3
Yes.
points of electricity damage. As your... oh, actually, this is a skeleton. Neither of them take any damage.
Well,
Ugh.
bit annoying.
So your
I forgot
activity
about that,
arcs out, and while it does spark against their armor, their bones are utterly unaffected.
I should have remembered that. All right, well, that is the end of my turn.
Okay, Gun.
Well, I'm gonna step up, draw my sword, and have a swing. I think. Try and pin them inside here.
Okay.
They won't be able to exit as long as I'm blocking the way. I think. I suppose they'd have to push me.
Yeah, they could try to shove past you.
Okay. All right. So I'm.
Just know
There
you'll
it
also
is.
be blocking shots, or you'll provide the mace of those. Okay.
And we have an 11 to hit.
You swing your hefty Dragonbane longsword at the first skeleton, but it manages to parry the blow with its scimitar.
All right.
Shing,
Well, I'm going
shing.
to hold position there, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Asher.
So if I went to this spot here next to Gunn, could I melee, or is that not something I can do there?
Yes, you can melee from there.
Okay. I'm gonna use oopsies. I want to use my move. Get up there, take out my hatchet, and swing at one of them, the one in the front, which I can reach.
So yeah, I think in this case,
So-
it technically has cover, which is just a +2 to AC. But go ahead.
A bit. So if someone said something, I couldn't hear it.
Sorry, I said that they have a +2 to AC from the cover of the door.
I think she's meaning offline.
Oh, offline. I'm not sure.
I think she's taking care of some.
Oh, okay. Well, while she's figuring that out.
Okay, I think I'm
yep.
back.
Okay.
Think so?
Welcome back.
Yeah, I think so. I can
Okay.
hear everyone again.
There we go.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
All
we
right.
should switch off Discord to something else next time. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got a
Learn.
+2 to AC from cover, from being in this position. But you can go ahead and attack it.
Okay. Awesome. As I attempted to attack it. Why isn't the strike working when I pull it? Oops. What is this? No. Oh, there it
there
is.
you go.
What the heck? Jeez.
Okay, 21. So 17 on the
Okay.
die for 21 to hit. That will hit. Let me make sure that it's,
It's
not
slashing.
a critical. Yes, that will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
It is 7.
Okay, 7 points of slashing damage. So you strike the skeleton true, but it's able to most of that damage is reduced from the scraping against the bones. So it ends up taking a total of 2 points.
That's okay.
So you hurt it, but not too significantly. That was all 3 of your actions, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. All right, the skeleton's turn. Let's see. They don't have anything super special to do. So the first one is just going to strike at Gunn with its scimitar. Swing. That is a 20 to hit your AC.
That hits.
Okay.
Did you actually wear your armor today?
See, here's what I don't get. What were they hoping to accomplish by locking 2 skeletons in a closet?
I like
Like-
how you didn't answer the question.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this crap?
Maybe you'll find out. 3 points of slashing damage from the sword.
All
You
right.
didn't want them coming out. That's what.
Then it's going to go ahead and take a second strike. Let's see. That one's only a 9 to hit.
That will be a miss.
Okay, and third swing. It's even worse. So that is also a miss.
Okay.
The other skeleton is also going to step up and try and slash at you through cover. So you have a +2 to AC.
Okay. Which puts my AC at 15.
15. Okay, first strike won't hit, and second strike also won't hit. So they're trying to slash at you from beyond the door, but cannot reach. Greshy.
All right, we'll have Phelan run up and see if he can get in to try and nibble between Gunn's legs at the center skeleton there.
Bones.
Bones. Something good for Phelan to gnaw on, I'm sure. And so that will be attack 1. Did it actually roll?
That was weird. That did not show up.
Let's try this button. There we go. Unfortunately, it's only a 7.
7 will miss as Phelan
Phelan.
barks and reaches out to try and grab skeleton's ankle with its teeth, but the skeleton backsteps.
Well, he's feeling a bit under the weather there, so there's only so much you can do.
He's letting us down.
Oh,
No.
he's letting us down. Mister, I haven't decided
You're
to actually
counting on
wear
him
my
to-
armor.
Crit. We're counting on him to crit every attack.
Just
Yeah.
every time he goes up there.
Every time.
All right. So then Greshy's going to move over here, and it's going to be a very awkward situation. And with his third action, he will pull out his sling.
Okay. So
Starts.
slings out.
Yes,
God.
start warring her up, as it were.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do is swing my sword at the front skeleton there
Okay, swing away.
for an 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Roll damage.
I like that you've added this roll damage thing right to the. That's pretty cool. It's 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
They wouldn't have to be dragon skeletons, would
Reduced
they?
by 5? No, they are not dragonoid skeletons. They are normal human-looking skeletons. 9 is reduced to 4, which is exactly enough to kill the skeleton. The skeleton is destroyed. Its bones scatter across the floor.
Okay.
It is no more.
Wasn't a very
Then I'm
strong
going to on the second one. You can do a held action.
You spend 2 actions to ready an action.
Okay. Then
And the way that works is you use the 2 actions, say what you're going to do. Then as say you tell me the trigger, and then when
Right.
the trigger happens, then you use your reaction to do the actual attack or whatever you want to do.
so wait, it takes 2 actions
2
and a
actions
reaction.
And a reaction, yes.
Oof.
You can also just delay your turn, but if you hadn't taken your turn, but you've already taken
Right.
one attack.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, and I'm going to lay on hands myself.
Okay. So you step back
Or-
and recover.
This way, we have that last skeleton with no cover once he steps out. If we just hold that area surrounded.
Okay. Go ahead and heal yourself.
I'm looking for it. It's on my spells tab here. 7 points. That's exactly enough to heal me back to full.
It's perfect.
All right, you place a hand over the injured arm, and the wound completely closes over. Asher.
I'm going to
The
not
skeleton
do
is,
anything.
behind the door, so I can't reach. Oh, you're not
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
can't reach. I can't really see. I assume it's going to come out, and then everyone will just attack it.
anything? Okay, so would you like to
So
hold your turn?
I'm not gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay, you can hold your turn, and then, well, only the skeleton is next, so... Skeleton!
Yeah.
So, yes, the skeleton is going to come charging out with its first action. Second action is going to swing. Let's just do a D3. That's a 4. Let's try again. Alright, Phelan. So strike at Phelan. That is a 14 to hit. Phelan's AC
Does not hit.
does not hit. Okay, so it swings. Phelan dodges out of the way. It's going to swing again, this time at Gunn.
I was going to say, this isn't a goblin skeleton, is it? Hating on the dog.
23 to hit.
A 23 to hit is plus 10.
Oh, sorry, minus 5.
Okay, so
18 to
that's
hit.
18.
18 to hit, yes.
So that's a hit.
All right. So 18 will hit. So it swings back and hits Gunn. And because it's using a forceful weapon, that gives it a bonus to the damage. A very small bonus. Okay, you take 3 points of slashing damage
Okay,
as the weapon sweeps towards you.
got that marked.
Asher, would you like to go now?
Yes, I'll go now. All right, I have my. Oops.
Full flurry.
My hunt target. I'm
Oh,
gonna
hunt
hunt target skeleton.
Okay, you
First.
watch its actions and study its movements as it swings at Phelan and Gunn.
And then I'm going to strike it again with my hatchet, or attempt to do that. I don't know why. There we go. 17.
17 will hit, especially with flanking. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay.
And this
And
time
the
you get
damage
precision
is
damage.
5. 7.
Okay.
Same
so
as last
that's
time.
Reduced down to 2. But you do, hatchet connects with some of the bones and cracks its shoulder.
Ooh.
One of its arms starts to fall a bit limp as it rattles.
Heck.
Greshy.
All right.
Sorry, that was,
That was your
Yeah, I
second
get-
that was only
action.
2 actions.
I get one more action.
That's true, yeah.
Action.
Gonna say, I'm just gonna try and hit it again.
Okay.
So we will see what happens.
Alright, and 11 will not hit.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Stumbles and dodges out of the way. Or,
Perfect.
yes, yes.
Now I am done.
You can flank it. Okay, Greshy, you're up.
All right. So Greshy will have Phelan take an attack on it. No, actually, Greshy will take his attack first. I think it's screened based on.
No, I would say not in this case.
Okay, I'll take it.
You
And
I think
so
you can
he'll
do
just-
corner to corner.
Oh yeah, technically I suppose it could walk on the diagonal and slip out of this
Yes.
group. I see.
Right. Since nobody really does that attack of opportunity thing either, so. But Greshy will apparently not. I'll have to get that working here.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay.
We'll figure that out later. Seems to
Not.
be-
I've got to wait to do it another way.
Okay.
Oh, but only a 10 to hit with.
Okay, 10 versus its AC. It's flat-footed. Still is not quite enough. Phelan's yipping at it, trying to distract. Oh, sorry. This is Greshy's attack.
This is Greshy's attack.
Okay.
Yes.
Greshy
Does it count as being flanked by Asher?
not for ranged attacks now.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So.
Flanked,
I missed
flanked
that
is
this
not a
was Greshy.
flanked is not a status that you have. It's
It's
a situation.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a situation.
Like
so
circumstantial
to
bonus
provide
sort of thing.
flanking, you need to have an ally on the opposite edge. Or
got it. Okay.
basically.
So.
Okay, so sorry, that was that was Greshy slinging a bullet over at the skeleton. That one missed.
Right.
And then you're gonna
And.
reload.
Yeah, take my second action to reload and take my third action to have Phelan go in for a couple of bites.
Okay.
That's only an 8 to hit though.
That first 8 will miss. Phelan yips at it, distracting it a bit, but no damage.
And that's a 16 to hit on the second one.
The 16 will hit, especially with flanking. So go and roll the damage.
Only 2 damage.
Ooh,
Piercing.
Phelan bites onto its ankle and is like trying to pull its leg off. It's not doing much. Gun.
All right.
All right. Now that we've got it right where we want it. Now that we've got it right where we want it, so I'm gonna swing my sword overhead.
Okay. 18 to hit.
18 to hit, and roll damage gives me a mere 5, which is gonna be 0, right?
Yes. So your
Okay.
hit collides with the skeleton's limp arm. The arm falls off, but the skeleton doesn't seem.
Then I'm going to attempt a melee touch attack to use my lay on hands power if I succeed
Okay.
offensively. What do I need for that? Because I don't have it in my character sheet. It's going to be just strength.
Yes, it is. Well, go ahead and just roll your longsword, and I think it's just a -1 off of that. Yes.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
Okay. So you reach out, trying to grasp it with holy energy, and the skeleton recoils from the attack.
Do touch attacks
I
suffer
think
from the multi attack bonus in this instance?
They should, yes. Yes,
Okay.
they are an attack.
Then yeah.
It does
But
touch
I'm-
AC. But...
All right. I'll try that one more time and get a 10.
Okay. The 10 will also not suffice. So you reach out, it recoils, and you try and grasp at it again with the backswing of your hand. But it doesn't want any of that bad holy juice. Get away from here.
Okay.
It's gonna hit you for that. Its teeth chatter. Well, it's gonna try and hit you, not with a 10. Second strike. 5.
Safe so far.
Okay. It can't roll over a 5 apparently. All right.
That's
it's
okay. Neither can we. So
slashing at the air, but Gunn, you managed to block all of its attacks. Asher.
I have a question.
Yes.
I guess all of my daggers are versatile, which it says they can deal alternate types of damage. Would that include making it bludgeoning?
I believe they are versatile piercing slashing, so they could do piercing. or
Okay.
slashing.
that's
Yeah,
correct.
I didn't know if that was.
That's the same for the longsword.
I thought
And if
that
you
was
wanna-
weird. I was like, I feel like that's not what it does, but I will ask.
They do
Alright.
piercing by default, and the description is versatile slashing.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, then I will go again. Well, actually, yes, I will go with my hatchet again.
It's good for you
Okay.
because your extra d6 will help you get through that damage reduction quite easily most of the time.
Yeah, it tries to help.
Does its best.
So
Okay, so
I'm
go ahead
gonna
and swing
use
with the
my hatchet again. Just gonna keep doing my best. 14.
14. So you flip the hatchet up in the air and strike. That one hits. One roll damage.
Excellent. It is a 4 plus 4, which is 8.
Okay. So you'll total 3 damage to the skeleton. This time you crack multiple rib bones. The skeleton stumbles. It looks pretty bad, but is still up. Yes, flanking worked for that, but flanking does not add damage. Sorry, responding to Twitch chat, I could say that. Okay, Asher, you have 2 more actions.
Yes, I'm just gonna keep attacking.
Just keep
Do
swinging.
my best. Do my best.
Full flurry.
18.
18 will also
Ooh.
hit on roll.
Yay!
You only get that precision damage once, so the 4
Yeah, so it's
is not
4
enough to
now.
break through its resistance. You can strike again if you wish.
I will. Do it. 11.
Third swing with the 11. That is not quite enough to hit. It manages to sort of brace itself against your hatchet blows now with its scimitar. Greshy.
All right, we'll take another. Well, we'll take another shot with the sling and see if we can knock its head off a little bit. That is a natural 20 for a total of 25.
Okay, with a crit, you will hit.
Very
You roll the
nice.
damage twice.
It's a total of 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, bludgeoning is pretty effective against skeleton bones. So your sling bullet goes flying through the air, cracks the skull, it just shatters into a million pieces. The rest of the body just kind of falls limp. The bones all scatter to the ground. And it is dead.
Yes, everyone's getting headshot.
Well, that's our fun.
And with that, let's go ahead and go to our first break of the night. So,
Okay.
Okay.
BRB, everybody. And we're back. Hello, everybody. So, you all just fought off 2 skeletons that were hidden in this vault at the back of the graveyard of the cathedral. As the last one clatters to the ground, what do you all do? So you sort of have this ajar door, or open door now, and
I'm gonna
these
take-
bones scattered all over.
I'm going to take a good look at those skeletons and see if they might be the intended occupants of this crypt or if they're like new arrivals.
Sure. You've been down and look at them. The bones are all scattered now, and you can see the scimitars they were wielding were quite old and rusty. But they seem to have like battle armor on. It does not look
Okay.
like the
Good
garb
points.
of someone who would have been buried here in town.
Okay. So someone brought in some skeletons
Yeah.
for what and left them in the graveyard for because reasons.
Is the crypt just the one room, or is it bigger than that? Like, does it go down?
Do
Yeah, we
you
should
walk
look
into
in.
the vault?
I mean, I'll take a peek inside. I'll go ahead and cast light on my staff to try and get a better look.
What a nefarious plot.
You cast light on your staff
teenagers.
and step into the now open vault, and you can see. Let's see. Yes, you can see that there is a discarded robe on the ground, which looks like it has various patches maybe torn from it.
They're
and-
squatters, is what they are.
and 2 graves, or 2 big like sarcophaguses, I guess. Both one of which is open, slightly, is like ajar, and the other is currently sealed.
Good to know.
The open one reads Ezekiel Tobin, and the one that is currently sealed reads Nualia Tobin.
Zaki and Tobin. Well, seem to want to have stolen from the, I think, father. But
Or they didn't have time to do both.
to do both. And also, it looks like somebody might be running around naked.
Is his corpse still in there? I wanna look.
I mean, all right. Do we want to
Press
send the father to go get your armor gun?
Remains, not romaines.
This romaine.
Romaines, let us. Yes.
We're looking for some.
Salad.
We're looking for some good vegetal growth in here.
So Asher is walks over to the coffin and removes the ajar top, and you see that it is totally empty.
Uh-oh. There's no
reassuring.
body in here.
There is a pillow and other accoutrements for a body to have been there, and you can see signs of a body having been here before, but it's not there currently.
Well, not reassuring.
Do you think they took the body?
I'm going to assume so, and they took it naked. I'm not sure why.
Ooh.
Well,
How long ago did these folks die?
5 years ago is what you were told.
5 years ago, right?
in the
right,
fire, you're right, in the cathedral
Yes.
fire. That's curious.
Does it look like there was anything dragged out?
So
I don't know how you would know that. 18.
18.
not bad.
Okay. You can tell that something was lifted out of the coffin, and judging by the marks on the floor, yeah, it looks like perhaps some small bodies dragged it out.
Is the second coffin definitely still sealed? Is it possible that they opened it and then closed it again?
It looks like it's sealed, yeah.
Okay. I mean, are they like physically sealed concrete shut like the doors were, or are
no,
they?
not like concrete shut. It just
Okay.
looks like it's closed currently. The other one was
Then-
obviously open.
Then, I mean, yeah, it's
Little peek.
most likely that it was just the one, but I think maybe take a peek, observing the necessary rites and respecting the dead, but
Okay,
Right.
you approach the second coffin, and you say a prayer to Rastal before opening it, and the wood sort of creaks open, and inside there's no body at all.
okay.
Unlike the other coffin, this looks like it's always been this way. There's no depression on the pillow. There's no signs of hair or any remains. It just looks completely empty.
Interesting. Father Xantus still here with us?
Yes, he is. He's keeping his distance. He's just sort of watching from outside.
Father Xantus, who oversaw the rites for these burials? Were you personally involved?
I was but an acolyte at the time. I was involved a bit, but he was the head priest at the time.
Was there any issue that would have prevented the lady from being? I think I've got that correct.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
From being buried here alongside her husband.
Father?
It was his daughter, actually.
His daughter.
But
Oh, sorry,
her body
yeah.
was unfortunately lost in the fire. We weren't able to
So
secure her remains.
so this crypt, this side of the crypt was ceremonial only.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
So you're telling me that you're just assuming she's dead because she was in the cathedral and then it caught fire?
And her dad died.
And her dad died?
Yes, that was certainly the assumption at the time. Several other clergy had seen Nualia in the cathedral before it burned down, and we never saw her again, so...
It's awful convenient.
Alright, so the girl is actually a demon summoner necromancer who was behind the whole ordeal and has now reclaimed the body of her father to resurrect with her arts, which has been her goal since he died in the fire. Got it.
Good job.
Mystery
What
solved.
was their
Seems a bit
position?
extreme, isn't it? I'm not sure why she would ever do such a thing. She was always so sweet around town.
That's what they said about the woodcarver. Well,
Charlotte, what did you say, Zasher?
Oh, I was asking what their profession was. I don't forget if that was mentioned.
The man who died was the prior head of the church, and
Okay.
she was just his daughter. But truth be told, she was his adopted daughter. She was an Aasimar, you see, and for those of you who might not know, Aasimar are like half celestial humans. They have like celestial blood, and have unnaturally beautiful features, and often have some kind of connection to like healing arts and that sort of thing.
okay. Interesting. Could have been worse. He could have told us she was a half demon with immunity to fire.
Yeah, those are tieflings.
Yeah, that might have been a bit different. Well, I suppose if we were to assume that maybe she wasn't quite so evil, perhaps she was kidnapped with the fire being used as a convenient cover, and in the last 5 years, whatever had captured her was unable to break her, and so they decided to take her father, or her adopted father that she cared about, and use him as some sort of leverage to try and get her to cooperate without it for machinations are going on. Or it could just be full of shit, I don't know.
That's a lot. Everyone has their own big story.
Convoluted theory.
The father Xanthos frowns. Well, this is certainly a lot to think about. Well,
You got 2 empty graves here, Father.
But why are the goblins?
But only one
here?
body.
Only no bodies.
Only one missing body.
I
Is it
think the
2
other one's
missing
still
bodies?
missing. It just may also be alive.
there are 2.
I'm pretty sure both of the bodies are missing.
Fine.
One maybe more recently than the other, though.
One may have been alive and missing.
1 and/or 2 missing bodies.
Minimum 1, up to 2.
And I
Wow.
lagged a bit.
I'm
not
What
sure
did
why
you?
the
They're both
goblins
missing.
would be involved in this.
Oh yeah,
They're puppets.
they're puppets.
I-
They don't really listen well to anybody.
Someone either just
Dang.
tricked them into attacking the city, which wouldn't be that hard, or has recruited them more fully into their plans as minions.
They're not very good minions.
Whatever
it would be a
that dog was,
distraction at
though.
best.
Was that dog? That dog didn't sit right, and it gave you and Phelan quite the infection, or
Let's
whatever
ponder
that
what we
was.
know about that dog species. Is that some kind of monster that we'd be familiar with?
Yeah, I would allow Asher to do a nature check.
Ooh,
Nature check. Okay.
let's see if I remember anything. Where's my
Well.
nature?
because your love of dogs.
Oh, there's nature.
I know all about
do
the
love
monster
dogs.
dogs.
Oh no, it's a 6. I don't know anything about that.
So
You do love
certainly
dogs.
seen goblin dogs before. They really insist on them not being dogs, but everybody just kind of calls them that because that's what they sort of look like. But they're maybe more of like a rodent of some kind.
Right.
Aside from that, you don't really know a lot about them. You kind of tend to stay away from them because they're a little gross.
Yeah,
and
it's-
they don't seem to be like, yes, they're animals, but their dander is pretty allergenic and disgusting.
Yeah. Well, they're just pretty. It's pretty normal for them to have gross, disgusting, allergy-filled rats. They just call them dogs.
Okay.
They're
So
not.
that's not an
real.
uncommon creature there.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fairly
And
common.
Jason-
The goblins breed them, as it
Ew.
turns out.
I was thinking more if that had been a gift for such a fine, upstanding, quickly murdered goblin commander or whatever that one riding it was.
Yeah, he was a goblin commando.
You say commando, and I'm imagining that he had some sort of like bandana on and
He maybe had like a
knife in his teeth.
helm of some kind
Right,
that he fashioned out of some skulls or something. But
that's fair. Well, I mean, I suppose we can try tracking where they might have gone from here. It's going to be quite the mess, though, with all the time that's passed and all the different other creatures who probably came running through here in the
Well, do
scuffle.
like the mess of footprints lead anywhere, or is it hard to tell?
it's hard to tell. It looks like there's certainly mud up and along the wall behind the vault. So it looks like maybe they climbed over to either get in here or get out.
Got one guess where they might have gone.
Where?
Think back to the same lair?
Mystery Island.
Oh, Mystery Island.
Do you think they're gonna perform a ritual with the body?
It's
What
plausible.
else? What else do you do with the body? I suppose they could be eating it, but
Let's not get into that.
oh, sorry.
All right.
Well, we should probably report into the captain then. And if you don't mind, Mr. Shough, can we get your armor and at least carry it around with us, even if you're not going to wear it?
When we headed to the island, we'll be suited up. Not to worry.
Okay.
Apparently, in this town, you just need to be suited up all the time.
I'm getting that feeling.
That's such as
I mean,
the
I always
life
am,
of
but
an
that's just because I
adventurer.
I just always
If I
wear my
see you come down again without armor, I'm yelling at you.
Go back up and get
You know
dressed.
what? Fair enough, but I wouldn't have won. What was it? A year's supply of beer.
You know, we never
Wearing
did
heavy
take
armor.
advantage
There
of
you
that.
go.
We went straight to bed last night. I don't know if we're gonna have
Today-
time, but we should today if we can.
Should-
Let's go drinking.
But first, let's go check in with the captain, make sure he's aware. Maybe he can give us a lead if anyone's seen where the goblins might have fled to.
Yeah.
By the captain, do you mean the sheriff?
Yes,
Sheriff
the
Howard.
one who decided that we were citizens for whatever reason.
We can also ask him if any of his men have been out near that island and seen any activity or lights or any camps or anything like that.
I like how taken you are with this island. I appreciate
Wants
that.
to go.
It's important.
It's where the demon summoning ritual happened 5 years ago.
I'm telling you, I
fire was
appreciate
involved.
how dead set you are on this island.
Do you want to go to the island? Let's go to the
I mean, we could just go to the island.
island vacation.
It does seem worth investigating. How long would it take us to investigate to get there?
Less than an hour to get there, like 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's literally just a small very small island attached to town.
Okay,
We just
and
have to get across the water, I assume.
Yeah, there was a small bridge and some stairs leading up, but those have been taken down since. So
we'll what?
are you guys
take
going to go that way?
First by the inn to get dressed up.
Get some armor
Yeah,
going.
now
Get-
you want your
get
armor.
geared.
Okay, you stop by the
I'm
inn.
told-
We're gonna get there. There's not gonna be anything
We
there.
should grab a beer while we're at the inn, though.
We're gonna get there. There's gonna be a secret entrance from the foundation of the burned down building that goes down to a ritual area.
And then it comes back
I
up
have never
in the
played this
cathedral,
module before, I'm
in
just calling
town.
it.
And it turns
Like, I
out
know it's
that
there.
the chopper also burned down the cathedral and then married the girl secretly and also had her father killed.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
know,
go
I
back
was
to the
going
inn
someplace with that.
and get your armor.
And have a beer.
Armor into and have a beer. Okay. Yeah, you redeem your ticket. And Ameko is there, the innkeeper, and she's happy to see you all as you stop in again. Just stopping in for a drink. Yeah, I'll honor that, as she says, taking the ticket. Yeah, they're my main supplier, so here you go. And she pours you a tall glass, or tall mug, I guess.
Excellent.
With the best of Two Night Brewery. Fantastic. Well, I'll have to pay for mine because I didn't win anything, unlike some people.
You
She
can use my
winks.
ticket.
She winks and just pours 3.
Ooh, no ticket.
No ticket. Oh, thank you kindly.
Okay, so you enjoy your beer while Gunn goes up to change into his armor. Comes down and has a bit of beer himself. And then the 3 of you make your way over to Chopper's Isle.
Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Okay, it's just a slight walk to the, I want to say, northeast of town. Out by the water, you pass by, or you sort of find yourselves walking along the beach. And you see it there, not very far. You'll have to walk, the tide is currently quite low, so you can actually just walk across this sort of small beach to reach the island. You can see what was probably the remnants of a shack. Not a shack, like a rather large home or like small manor, I guess. That has been taken down and is currently just overgrown with trees and grass. You see a stairway leading up the sort of steep cliffs of the island, but it has been completely destroyed. You can attempt to climb up if you wish.
That's the only way to get up there. Then, hi.
Must climb.
Okay. Everybody give me athletics checks.
Yeah, athletics.
You would.
Ooh.
14.
That's not bad. 22.
14, 21, 22. Okay. So the 3 of you carefully and cautiously climb your way up the steps, or the ruined steps, until you sort of reach the sort of base of the island itself. There are a few trees, but mostly just bushes and vines and thorns that have sort of grown wild over this space. You make your way over to the foundation of the ruined house, and there's basically nothing there. There's all you see are pretty much the foundation itself and some halves of wooden beams that remain, but nothing else.
Here it is.
Let's
The
do a search.
Okay.
Let's
you
run a. Does it be probably perception?
I won't require it for this.
Okay.
The 3 of you spend a good hour or so investigating the area. Trying
We have
to
a dwarf
search
with
for-
us.
Yeah,
so
you
he
have a
can
dwarf
use
with you.
his.
I
Can
don't
use
know
his
if he has
stone
stone
sense.
cunning.
I actually do, in
Oh,
fact.
You do? Okay.
I do. Let me double check. I've got it someplace in here. Thunder feats. Stone cunning. Yep, +2 to notice unusual stonework, including mechanical traps made out of stone or hidden inside of stone.
Okay. So, yeah, I still won't require a perception check, but with Greshy here, the stone expert in the area, you pretty thoroughly check the space out. You don't find any secret passages, no trapdoors in the framework, in the foundation, nothing. It looks like this area has just been undisturbed for years.
Anything that resembles what we heard in the story, that there was like an altar or something for summoning evil creatures, anything remain that might suggest that might have been true?
Nothing anymore.
Okay.
The story was that the altar was inside the house,
Mhm.
and you were told that the priests basically
Came by
destroyed and reconsecrated the area. So there's basically nothing left of that these days. Any stone that would have been here, or any altar that would have been here, has long since been destroyed.
Well, that put two good theories to rest. A little disappointed.
Yep. Anything else worth searching on the island? Any other areas of interest?
Not really. The island is basically only big enough for this one house that was here. You do a little bit more looking around, but all you find is a nest of robin's eggs, some small squirrels running about. That's it.
All right.
So, disappointed, the three of you and Phelan, return back to the mainland, Sandpoint.
Should we now go check in with the sheriff and see if there's any leads on where the goblins might have gone besides there?
Yep.
They were good theories, Gunn. I liked them. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll see what happens from here.
Okay, you return to, you said you were going back to the barracks to talk to the sheriff?
Aye.
Okay, the sheriff himself isn't there at the moment, but one of his subordinates is there. Sort of, maybe slightly younger man, short-cropped brown hair. I guess you tell him, you give him a report of what happened at the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Okay, and he offers to pay you right there if you want, or he can have it sent to the inn, as was stated earlier.
Well, we can take it now, I think. The important thing was making sure we got the job done. I
Yep.
think we did,
Which we did do.
for the most part.
He goes out to the back and comes back with a pouch of 10 silver.
All right.
In total?
Yes, in total.
All these are hard to divide by 3.
Well, 3 for Asher, 3 for Greshy, 3 for Gunn, and 1 for Phelan seems fair.
Phelan gives a little happy bark.
Well, we'll buy him something nice, maybe a proper bone that doesn't taste like whatever those other things were made of.
Yeah.
That doesn't bite back.
Ideally. But you guys can take care of or deal with the silver if you want.
I know
That's
it's
fine.
not much, but thanks, friends, for helping out. We've been kind of swamped.
It's fair work. You guys cleaned up the goblins pretty well, I think. Any stragglers that you noticed?
Well, we've been interviewing a few that we managed to capture. They're not saying much. We've got 2 holed up in the jail cells if you want to take a look.
Just look
Maybe
at
you'll get
Asher.
more out of them me.
Don't look at me.
You speak Goblin.
I do speak Goblin.
Maybe they'll talk to you since you actually like them. And if not, I've got Phelan, and he can be a little intimidating, and I don't know, good cop, bad dog.
We can go talk to him. We can try our best. I can't promise anything because goblins are jerks. We'll do our best.
These are not the nicer ones we met. It's true.
No.
Oh, suit yourselves. It's just back there, and he points to a door that leads over to the jail cells. You guys are welcome here anytime, so feel free to come in and out. Anyway, I have duties to get to, so I'll see you later.
Oh, thank you, sir.
If we can't get anything out of them directly, we could always try letting them escape and then following them. Because they'll probably go right back to their
Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Goblin nest.
We could try this first. My concern about letting them go is you'd have to definitely get the sheriff on board. I'm hoping
Right.
somebody can actually convince him of something. People don't seem to believe me when I spout my own ideas, so.
I think we could convince him. He
Alright.
seems pretty reasonable.
Let's go. Let's pry some information out of these little goblins.
Okay, so you make your way over to the jail cells. They're pretty basic as far as cells go. It's basically just metal bars with some straw beds behind them. In two separate cells, there are two goblins, one of which is curled up in the corner sleeping. The other is gnawing voraciously at the bars, trying to chew them open. It doesn't look like he's having much success, though. As you come in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey. I say in goblin. I don't know if a different word in goblin. Like you.
Ah, more longshanks, he says in goblin.
Yeah.
What do you want? You gonna let me out?
Mm-mm. We're not letting you out until you tell us why you are in town.
Tell you? Why would I tell you? Wait. You're gonna let me out?
Maybe.
He tries to
You have to
nom
give
on
us
the
some good
bars.
information.
Information like what?
Like why you're here. Did somebody send you?
Yeah, some guy, some longshank like you.
Hmm. What did he look like?
The goblin stops gnawing on the bars and kind of waddles over closer to you and looks up at you. I don't remember. This tall, he says, putting his hand high up, but clearly not reaching as tall as this person could be.
That's it. I could just get a height out of it.
I didn't really see him up close.
Did you see him from like? And I like pull up my hair. I'm like, did you see what color hair was? Anything at all?
He grumbles. Hair. Hair. Black? I think it was black.
Dark hair.
It's pretty long. Kind of had it. I don't know what you call those things. In the back of your head.
Oh, a ponytail.
Ponies.
Oh.
Did Lord Foxglove have a ponytail?
No, he maybe had like a bit more of a mullet.
Okay.
Did anyone we ever met
Actually,
have a ponytail?
Oh, he actually
Well.
did have a ponytail.
Does he have black hair?
Yes, he does have black hair.
So this goblin is describing
Was he wearing
Annabelle was it?
fancy clothing?
Fancy. all you Longshanks wear fancy clothing.
That was a bad question. Did he have a dog?
I don't remember a dog. I would have remembered a dog.
No dog. What else? What color were his clothes?
I don't know. White, brown, green, blue.
Those
Green,
are all the
brown.
colors. Were they a lot of colors?
This is making my head hurt.
Oh. I guess you don't want to get out of that jail cell then.
What? No,
That's
I want to get out of the
okay.
jail cell, please. Anything.
You have to answer my question.
But what if I don't know?
Well, and I look around the jail cell, I'm like, we have a lot of time to think about it.
But I don't know.
Do you think your friend knows anything? In the other cell?
He looks over at the other one. Snot? No, Snot never knows anything. Snot's dumb. That's why Snot got caught.
And I turn the cell and I just yell, "Hey, Snot!"
Snot stumbles awake. What?
You want to get out of this jail cell, don't you, Snot?
Yeah?
Your friend over here thinks you're dumb, but I don't think that. I think you can answer some of my questions better than he can and get out.
What? Teeth be thinking everybody's dumb. I don't know what he's talking about. What you want?
He says that there was a man that sent you here. Oh,
Don't
What?
tell him what the other goblin said. Just ask him the questions and see if he says the same thing.
that's good. But I
I can hear
so
what
I'm
you guys are
speaking
talking about. You
in
need to speak up.
Goblin. So I don't know if anyone else can understand what I'm saying.
No, not a clue.
No, neither
Nope.
Gunn
Yeah.
nor Greshy speak up.
That was out of character advice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm like, my character.
Well, Gunn thinks to say this and like taps Asher on the
Okay.
shoulder to sort of whisper
It's
that
like-
to him.
This is the plan. Okay, cool.
It's a good plan.
And I'll be like, why are you in this town?
That dirty Longshank wanted us to come in and kill everybody, burn the place down.
Dirty Longshank. Like us?
Yeah, you're all dirty Longshanks. I don't know.
What did he look like?
I could have told him that, says the other goblin, rattling at the bars. Talk to me. Let me out. I want to get out.
Well, I can only let one of you out.
Sorry, what was that question? You wanted to know what he looked like?
I did want to know what he looked like.
Kind of tall, a little ugly, and kind of had pointy ears, a little bit.
Pointy ears? Like different than my ears?
You point at your ears, Asher. Yeah, no, a little bit more like, he points at his own ears. But not quite as much as this.
We have a winner.
What color hair did he have?
I think it was like black or something.
Was it long or short?
Kind of long, I guess. He's wearing kind of like a padded vest sort of thing.
Padded vest.
That's I saw
What
him.
color was the vest? What color were his clothes?
Bluish green, maybe. Yeah, don't really remember.
Blue screen and padded vest. He was a tall, I assume, elf. Ash is talking to himself now, like quietly. And
In
I'm
common.
gonna turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to I'm gonna turn to the party and be like, okay.
Could be
It's an
half elf.
Yeah, I'm like, I think they're an elf or a half elf, dark hair, long hair, blue green outfit with a vest. That's what I got so far. And they said to come here and kill everyone and burn it down.
That's pretty damn good for goblins, to be honest.
Between the two of
I think
them, I
that's-
had a brain.
I'm surprised we got that much, but it kind of was more or less corroborated too, so.
Yeah, he didn't even
They
tell
both-
you about the big secret.
Oh,
Says the other
what's the
goblin.
big secret?
I was told I was told that there was actually a secret mission that we were distracted from.
Oh. Do you know what that mission was?
I'll let you know if you let me out.
And I turn back to the party and they know about the secret mission. That they were just
we already know.
distraction.
We already know the secret, so that telling us that would not buy them anything.
Yeah. We already
Scott
know.
looks incredibly proud
secret
right now. He's got his like little chest is puffed out. He knows that this is the secret to his freedom.
Wait, how do I get him to? Okay. If I tell him it's worthless, then he'll just think it's worthless. But if we tell him we're pretty sure we already know, can we trick him into? How shall I phrase it to trick him into thinking we already know the secret, which we might already know the secret?
Maybe we just let him go. Because
If you're
what
trying
are
to be tricky, you could pretend like we already know about it, and then give wrong information and see if they correct it.
Yeah, that's probably one way to do it. We already know all about the secret mission at the brewery to steal all the beer.
Maybe we can try lying about it.
So you guys are just huddled in the corner whispering this to each other.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
whispering
Yeah.
to each other.
Okay.
I
I don't think any of them speak Dwarven, so
the goblins probably speak common.
Oh,
So
yeah, they
may.
do.
I'll go to the one who's told us about the secret and say, "We already know about the secret mission to steal all the beer from the brewery.
What?
Your goblin brothers are probably laughing it up right now. Their base drinking all of our beer.
Roll deception.
Deception?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called in the system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's deception. It's under charisma.
I play too many
Ooh.
systems.
Do it. Ooh, yeah, 24.
Oh,
Nat
nice
20.
with nat 20. Very nice.
Makes up for all the
Goblin
other.
suddenly looks confused and afraid.
What? But what about the graveyard?
We know about that too. But do you know?
Goblin just
But
kind
do you
of
know?
frowns.
But do you know why they took the? Do you know why they took the body? I bet you don't.
No, they didn't really tell me.
See, you don't know anything
They
useful.
didn't tell me either. This is grumbles
Bet
the
you don't
other
even
one.
know where they took the body after they had taken it. If we're talking in common.
Yeah, no, do it.
type of-
Say it. Say it.
Yeah, the goblin shrugs.
Well, they didn't tell me about this.
The beer thing. I don't know why they'd tell me about that. Now he's just pouting and goes and sits in the corner.
Oh,
Backfired a little bit. Well, we could. Okay, so now we got to offer to let them out and let them go join the beer fest. I guess that they think is
Yeah.
happening.
They can get out and go to the beer festival back at their place. But we
Are you
don't
gonna
have a
let them out?
key.
You don't have the
We don't
Or
have a
we can-
key. I think we should. Party.
Well, Snot. Do you think it's fair that they drink all that beer without you? Or do you
I don't
want
really
someone to
care either
go?
way. I just want to go home at this point.
I like Snot. We have to find a key to let them out, or pick the locks.
I'm not too keen on picking any locks without at least checking in with the wardens here to make sure it's okay.
I'm going to, yeah, let's go do that. Let's send somebody to do that. I can do it. I can
Alright.
probably try and convince him with diplomacy.
With your nat 20 diplomacy. I
Okay,
hope.
So you go to the to one of the guards and ask them to what do you say?
If the sheriff's around, I'll go directly to him and say, like, we're
Yeah, the
You're
sheriff's
coming
not
up with a
there
plan.
currently.
Okay.
He was out when you arrived at the barracks.
We have a plan to find the goblins' base. We're gonna trick them into going back home. We're gonna let these two go. They're not that important. They're harmless, basically. So we're gonna follow them back to their, but they're stupid enough to go straight back to their nest. So we're gonna let them go and follow them there. And
I don't know. What if they hurt somebody?
we'll be right behind them the whole way. Make sure that doesn't happen. It was 16 on the diplomacy.
He frowns. I'd have to talk it over with the boss. Sorry.
Well, when's he due back?
He might be back later tonight. I'm not sure. He's out doing patrols.
You should send someone to find him real quick with a message, because this probably can't wait.
He thinks for a moment. If you insist. Here, I'll see if I can have somebody go find him. Okay, and he goes walking off to go talk to some other guards, who then go send out somebody to go running after him, or running out to look for the sheriff. You guys just wait in the barracks for a bit?
I just to be clear, we're not gonna follow them, right? Why don't we just escort them back to their warren, as it were?
Because they won't do it if we try to do that.
It's part of them getting out. It's part of the deal. We will lead them back to their warren. Or really, they'll lead us back to their warren. And we make sure that this corpse isn't there. And if it isn't, then they're good.
Fair enough. I think we'd have a hard time convincing them that our intentions were to leave them alone, even if our intentions really were to leave them alone.
Well, I mean, as much as I don't think that I like the idea of a goblin attack happening again, it doesn't seem like this is something they normally do.
Yeah,
Seems
I
like
think
this is
someone
whatever
made
this-
them do it.
Yeah, if this whatever man it was with the
Yeah,
hair
this
and
is
a
lot more
ponytail.
organized than goblins typically are.
right, so I imagine that they're probably not going to be taking, no matter where they go, they wouldn't be taking us to this person. So if they want to take us there, we can use that as negotiation as well, or we can just escort them back to their war and make sure they're not going to get into any more trouble.
Fair enough.
I feel like following them is just
We
extra
have
unnecessary
3
steps.
trackers in this party, so
Oh, I don't think we can't. It's not that we can't track them. I just feel like it's unnecessary when we can just make our offer up front and make a square deal of it.
my fear would be that if you ask them that, tip them off to the fact that we are trying to get back to their lair.
Well, again, I have no interest in their lair if they want to tell us where we're going to recover the body. They just don't seem to be very forthright with that information.
I don't
All
think
right.
they know.
I'm fine to try it that way.
So,
Okay, so you
I'm,
guys,
I'm willing to
think-
try it that way.
Old.
you guys hang out for a bit longer, waiting
Mhm.
for the sheriff to come back.
Hi.
And he does. It takes about an hour for somebody to go out, find where he is, and bring him back. He enters the garrison and looks around, sees you, and comes walking towards you. Ah, well met. I heard you needed me for something.
Yeah, we'd like to take your prisoners and return them to their warren in order to attempt to find the human who's responsible for this, for organizing the raid yesterday.
Have we
Human
actually?
that's responsible?
I mean, human or half elf.
Or
Or
elf?
full elf or half elf.
Yeah,
Not human.
Something
non-goblin.
with pointed ears. A
Hey,
lot of you
someone
folks
tall.
have pointed ears.
The goblins were being run by a leader who's not one of them.
His arms and scowls. So you're telling me some person's behind this,
Seems that way.
and you learned all that
They
just from
both-
talking to the goblins.
They both independently described him.
Turns out this one, and points at Asher, can actually talk Goblin, and seems they were actually talking to him back in return.
Well, I'm not too keen on letting two prisoners go free, especially if they've got information.
We're pretty
They
sure
don't
we've
have a
got all the
whole
information.
lot. Yeah. And I describe him as I was told. The guy, dark hair, long hair, pointy ears, about the same height as us, and the clothing he's wearing is blue and green with a vest.
Sound familiar?
He shakes his head. Not many elves or half elves in this town.
Sound like anyone who
Well,
may have gone missing or been involved in the situation 5 years ago?
You mean the fires?
The fires and the surrounding murders?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can double check. Perhaps I could ask around. Why don't you folk let me handle this from here? I'll speak to the goblins myself.
Once
you're
we've done
sure.
that, do you think we'll go for? Once we've done that, will you make a decision about going forward with the plan?
The plan of.
The plan of escorting the prisoners. The plan we just discussed.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna let them go.
They're
He
two
looks
harmless
pretty
goblins.
hesitant.
Can I roll diplomacy with him again?
Sure.
We have a 19.
He frowns. I just don't think I can let them go, not after all the people they've killed and hurt. I'll think about it, but for now, maybe it's best to focus on figuring out who this person was that was working with them.
Kind of what we were doing.
All right. Well, in that case, let me ask you one last question, Sheriff. Do you know of any goblin warrens around the city already that people simply know to avoid?
Well, goblins are kind of all over the place. Our resident goblin expert isn't due to be in town for, he thinks, for a bit. Last time we saw her was about a few weeks ago. She's probably going to be back in a few weeks from now.
Weeks is probably too long for whatever's going on here.
He continues to frown and scowl.
Well,
All right, we'll get out of your hair.
Well, if I get any more information, I'll let you know. But hopefully you'll do the same, right?
Of
of
course.
course.
He nods. Stay safe. Don't get into too much trouble.
That's trouble. Ha.
It's this town that gets into trouble.
It's true.
And did you all have any plans? I know you're all just traveling through, but I was curious how long you might be staying in the area.
At least 3 months or however long this ticket was for.
It was a year.
Why?
Was it a year?
I don't
I
think
think-
we're going to be sticking around for a whole year. But, well,
Why does it matter how long we're here? That's my question.
My intention is to stay around as long as there's things to be done.
Well, I was just hoping that you might stick around for at least a few days longer. You've kind of been the talk of the town, if you haven't noticed. It's not every day that strapping adventurers like yourselves, and you two, he looks at Greshy, come waltzing through.
How rude.
Didn't know how to feel about that, but it's fine. Not worrying about it.
You've given the people something to talk about. That's not the goblins. Just throwing that out there.
Ooh. So we're just
We'll let you know before we decide to
tourism
leave.
pieces for the town.
Well, less tourism, more just to keep up their spirits for a bit.
It's fair.
But what you do with your time is up to you. Thank you again for all that you've done. Well, I guess
Be sure to let us know if anything comes up that we can help with while we're here.
Of course.
I hate to just be wasting time and all.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll be sure to contact you. Anyway, I'd better get to maybe assembling some. See if I can find some witnesses for this tall elf man. And he
Seems like that.
goes walking off.
Okay.
All right. So, with that said, you exit the barracks. The day is beginning to wind down. The sun is beginning to set. Is there anything else you want to do with the day?
We should go back to Chopper Island and look around again.
No, I'm sick of these witch hunts. No more of this.
I feel like we could dig deeper though.
You guys are free to go. I will not be attending Chopper Island Part 2.
I am curious if anything changes after dark, but I think we'll get there. I doubt it. So I'm done.
You should go. I'm all for you going back after dark.
Let's go have a beer and rest
Wait for it to be dark and then we'll go back. Can we take the beer with us? Would they give us a barrel that we could just roll along? Is that too much? I mean, if you're getting a year's worth.
Go over to the. Sorry, where are you trying to get this barrel from?
Well, there's the brewery itself said, yeah, Two Night Brewery did say that they get. Oh, it's a full month's worth, not a full year's worth. My mistake. At least that's a note I have here. So, I mean, how much beer can you go through by yourself in a month? Can we just get it all at once?
Sure. You could make your way over to the brewery and try and convince them to give it to you all at once. The
Beach party.
As the sun is kind of setting, there's only one person there at the brewery at this hour.
I'm not going along with this.
Well, it's not Greshy's token, so
I have a token though.
if you're on board, then we're set.
I'm on board
Alright.
with this.
Let's do this.
Everyone else did the island. Let's do this.
Well, we don't even have to go to the island. We can just, go to the beach, do a big bonfire, make
We'll
sure
sit
people
on the
practice
beach.
proper fire safety.
And watch Gunn go up to the island and make sure he's okay.
I'm not going to the island.
Oh, so we've all retracted on the island plan in favor of getting
Alright.
drunk instead?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's go get a barrel. We'll put it in the room or in one of our rooms.
Okay.
And drink it.
When you go to the brewery, like I said, there's only one person there. But you're able to pretty easily convince them to just convert the ticket over to 3 barrels worth of ale.
Excellent.
Very nice. Very nice.
One for each.
Do we want to take all 3 of them now, or do we want to like come back for them later?
Well, I'll make
Like
sure
grab-
that they.
grab one
Physically
for now.
take all
Here, I'll
3.
put your names on them. You can come pick them up whenever you want.
I was gonna say we better get a cart or something.
I was gonna say it's one thing to take one along. We could probably 2-person that. Taking all 3 might be a bit much, but we can even share with some of the people at the end, or if we want.
Yeah, we'll have a party keg.
Okay, so you guys leave 2 of the barrels of 2-night ale. That is the name of them, right? And you
Yes, 2 night.
With a K.
2 of you pick up the other the barrel and carry it on over to the Rusty Dragon, where you all have a fine night of drinking and celebration with the various townspeople who have assembled there, or I guess travelers.
Yes, free beer.
We're keeping people's spirits up.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
It's apparently our job.
As long as they can keep their spirits down.
Hey. Okay, so you you have a night of fun drinking and revelry, and that is where we shall call the session for today.
Oh boy.
So hope everybody had fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the point we gave up on the island again? Really do have to go
You
back.
can always
No
go
more
back to the
island.
island if you wish.
Help. I feel like Jason's like, don't go to the island. There's nothing here.
I'll start moving things to the island just so that you actually run into stuff. Yeah, but good session, everybody. Aside from the
That was
couple
wonderful.
Discord glitches, more things to work on. But okay, well,
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
thank everybody for
good games.
playing. Thanks people who are on Twitch watching us. Thank you if you're listening on YouTube or podcasty appy things. Again, this is Third Action. We are here every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, at twitch.tv/thirdaction.
Ring that bell.
Yes, ring the bell, subscribe, punch the fist, eat the popcorn, do all the things.
Good for our egos.
Fist punch.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.